Alright, welcome back. So before even we move forward, I just wanted to show you something. Okay. So I know we are yet to start with the hands-on, so bear with me for that. But I want you to understand all the fundamentals so that your base is strong, so that we can move forward, right? So what will happen when I run docker run nginx? Okay. Now what it did, it is showing me unable to find nginx latest locally. All right. And now what it is going to do, okay, it is pulling the images from a library. But before even we move forward, I just wanted to understand where did it pull the image from and how did it know where to pull the image from, right? In order to get the answer for this question, we need to have a clarity of Docker architecture. And in this video, we are going to understand the same. So let's understand how does Docker architecture looks like so that we can have the answer when we run these commands, what happens internally. So let's get started and understand Docker architecture. Okay, so let us understand Docker architecture, right? So when we are talking about Docker architecture, it's not like a big diagram that we would be talking about, right? So we will be talking about only few things. Like when we are talking about Docker architecture, we are talking about how Docker is structured internally, what components are involved, and how they talk to each other. It is just like ordering food from any of the food delivery app. You open the application, you place the order, and the food is delivered to you. But what happens behind the scenes? Your order is placed to the restaurant. The order is displayed into the kitchen. The chef prepares the food. The food is packed, handed over to the delivery guy, and then the delivery guy brings that food into your home, and then you enjoy your food, right? So that is something happens behind the deck. That is something you're going to talk about in Docker architecture. It's just like finding answers of few things, like how Docker is structured internally, what components are involved, and how they talk to each other. So in the starting of this video, when I run Docker run nginx, even though the image was not present in my local system, how did it know where to pull the image from? That answer we are going to get it from here, right? Okay. So when we are talking about Docker architecture, we need to understand the components of Docker. So the Docker component has, there are three important components. First is Docker client, second is Docker daemon, and third is Docker registry. Docker client is the commander. It's the place where we are actually passing the commands from. Docker daemon is the actual brain, the worker who performs the work. And Docker registry is the storehouse where the images are stored, right? So we are going to understand each one of them in detail so that we have a clarity how does Docker architecture works and how does it looks like. So let's cover the first component, that is Docker client. It is the place where we interact with. So whenever we write Docker run, Docker build, or Docker pull, you are using the Docker client. It sends the request to the background service. Okay. What is the background service? So here we are going to talk about the second component, and that component is Docker daemon. So daemon is something that runs in background, right? Docker, the process of Docker that runs in the background. So this runs in the background and does the heavy work. So it's the brain that is actually doing the work. So it performs the below operation. That is, it builds the image, it creates the container, it starts the container, it stops the container, it pushes the images, and many more. So Docker daemon is the brain and muscle of Docker. All right. Now let's talk about the third component, that is Docker registry. Now we send the request, the work has been done, but where do we store it? So here comes in the picture, that is Docker registry. So Docker registry is a place where Docker images are stored, and one of the most popular registry that we have in open source, that is Docker. Like you may have heard about Google Artifact Registry, you may have heard about ECR, right? So these are also the registry that are currently there in the market, but one which is very popular is Docker Hub. Now, when you run Docker run nginx, what will happen? So Docker will check, do I have nginx image locally? So that is something that we saw in the starting of the video, right? And that was the purpose to bring it in the front. So it checked whether do I have that image locally? If not, it downloaded it from the registry. Now I think you have the answer. Where did it pull the image from? It pulled the image from the Docker registry, right? Since it will first check the image whether it exists in local. If not, it will get it from the registry. So that is how it worked in the starting. Now let us bring all the things that we have learned so far and understand how does things work together. Step one, when you run Docker and Nginx, the Docker client will send a request to Docker daemon. Now, Docker daemon does the heavy works for us. Docker daemon will check whether the image is present in the local system. If not, it will go to Docker Hub and get the image. Okay. And once the image is downloaded, the daemon will run the image and convert it into the container. And finally, the container is running, and then we are able to view the application. So everything happens within a second, and we are not even aware of how many things are running at the backend. So let us visualize whatever I said so far. So here, see, when we run Docker run nginx, it will first check into the local file whether that image exists or not. If it exists, then it will turn into a container and the application is up and running. But if it doesn't exist in local, then it will send the request to Docker daemon. Docker daemon will say, oh, the image is not present. So it will go to Docker Hub. It will pull the image. It will turn it into a container and the application is live. So that's the actual process that are running at the backend. And I hope you understand the architecture of Docker. Now you might have a confusion between Docker image and container. Let me make it very much simpler. Okay. So image is the blueprint through which the container is created, right? Just like we have functions in programming. Likewise, we have images in Docker, right? So when you execute your image, it turns out into a container. So image is static, whereas container is live. So whenever someone asks you what is the difference between image and container, you can just say image is a blueprint through which the container is created, or in layman term, image is something that is static, and when you execute that image, it turns out to be a container, right? I hope that makes sense. Okay, now let's move forward and understand what is Docker Engine. Now, sometimes you might have heard about the term Docker Engine, but what does it include? It includes Docker daemon, which we just saw. It includes REST API, and it includes command line interface, right? So these are the terminologies that we have learned so far. Now let us see a real world example where a Docker architecture fits in. Okay, so let's say you are working in a company, and the developer writes the Docker file and they run Docker build command. Now what happens? Though the client will send the build request, the daemon will build the image will be stored locally, and once the work is completed, then you will store those images into the Docker Hub registry, and once the image is ready, then you can execute it, and then you turn it out into a container, and that is how the world will experience the application that you have created. But then later, once the dev work is completed, later the DevOps people will come. They will implement this artifact into the CI/CD pipeline, where the image will be pushed to the registry. Okay, the production server will pull it, the container will run, and that's the Docker architecture in action, right? So I hope this example made sense. Now let us take a quick recap and understand whatever we learned so far. First is Docker client. It is the place where we interact. Second is Docker daemon. It's the actual brain who does the real work. Okay. Third is Docker registry. It is a place where we store images, just like GitHub where we store our code. We have Docker registry. It's just the place where we store the images. Now, what is an image? Image is a blueprint. And what is a container? It is the running instance of the images. So whenever an image is executed, it turns out a container. So it works basically client will to the daemon will pull the image from registry if it is not present in local, and the container is created. Now, once a container is created, the end world will be able to experience your application that you have developed, right? So yeah, that was all, and I believe you got to know about the architecture of Docker, right? So yeah, that was all, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much, and keep learning.